It's never easy changing, letting go of old habits that don't serve you. Quitting smoking weed for me was one of those. It wasn't easy, it took time, and there were certain things about it that were very difficult. So, welcome in fam, much love, Trav here. If you are wanting to quit, you're wanting to better your life, whether that's smoking, quitting weed, drinking alcohol, cigarettes, you're probably going to have the same most difficult issue, which is the initial loneliness and isolation that comes with having to say no to certain social events, spend less time with the friend group that you smoked with, that you drank with, that you hung out with, because you realize if I'm going to change, I need to remove it from my life. I can't necessarily be around my vice all the time, or it's going to make things hard for me. So when you quit, what's going to happen is you're going to end up spending a lot more time alone initially. Everybody say hi, Bubbles, in the comments. Say hey, Bubbles. She's about a week old. Okay. So this is one of the reasons why 12-step groups are popular. Alcoholics Anonymous, it's a social group that replaces your old social group. But if you're like me, you don't want to have to go to in front of some strangers and say, hi, I'm Travis and I have a problem, and I don't want to give my life over to a higher power in that way. Now, obviously that can work for some people, but for a lot of us, that's not what we want. So when we quit, what ends up happening is there's a lot of isolation and a lot of loneliness that happens initially. So how do you work through this? What do you do? How do you make it work? Okay, well, in the long run, you realize that the types of people who are doing these habits are maybe the sort of people that you don't want in your life anyways, so it's going to help you out in the long run. And although it's painful to let go, it's painful to let go of friendships. But what ends up happening is you find different social things that you can do for fun, and you find other wonderful people that you can spend your time with without doing these things. So it's like, I used to, what's up, you want to get together and smoke one? Or what's up, you want to get together, we'll hang out, have a couple drinks. But that gets replaced by, let's work on this project. Let's go plant something in the garden. Let's read this book. Let's go to the gym and work out. Certain other projects you start to do instead. And shout out to the wind. What happens as you... I'm going to let Bubbles go. What happens as you release what you had before is it creates a void in your life. And a void is something that can be filled and will be filled by new people. So in my experience, instead of smoking, I'm gonna go be alone. New habit, I'm gonna read books, I'm gonna hang out, I'm gonna study, I'm gonna spend more time on business, and I'm gonna spend less time with smokers, drinkers, and so on. And what ended up happening is into the void came new relationships. This is where I quit smoking weed and the results blew my mind. I found love, right? I found love because now I'm available for love that's not around smoking at night, drinking at night. Into the void comes sober relationships. Into the void comes new people to replace the old people who are aligned with the purpose of what we're trying to accomplish in life, right? If you're trying to quit smoking, you're trying to quit drinking, it's because you're looking into the future and you say, hey, I need to get better, I need to level up. And you look around and you notice, well, the people who drink a lot, they seem to have beer bellies, they get irritable. The people who smoke a lot seem to not really be going anywhere, they're losing their stuff. The people who smoke a lot of cigarettes and drink a lot of coffee, maybe they're more impulsive, they're more reliant, right? I want to be self-reliant. I want to create a healthier, better, more emotionally stable future. I want to get better sleep. Freckles is Bubbles' mom. Everybody say hi, Freckles. Say hi, Freckles. So something you need to be prepared for when you quit is you're going to be more isolated and you're going to be more alone at first. And that's very painful. It's very difficult as a human being to be more isolated and alone when you're saying no to certain social activities. But just have faith and trust and be patient, and you might have to work a little bit for this, that new, better, sober opportunities for socialization and relationships are coming into your life and fill the void, and it's going to be for the better. So there's this awkward transitionary period, and there's a lot of difficult things about quitting a habit. When you have a crutch, something that you go to for a quick hit of dopamine or serotonin or oxytocin, whatever make you, the chemicals in your brain that make you feel good, but cutting off social relationships is the hardest part. However, you can get through that and just have faith that you're going to emerge on the other side with a whole new you and more meaningful relationships than before. So if you found this helpful and you're serious about making a change, I have a little program down below that's going to help you master your habits based on science, based on what's worked for me and a lot of people that I work with. Very affordable. There's a link to that down below. If you want to do this with someone else, because you're like, yo, let's not be isolated, let's be friends, whether it's my partner or my friend group, someone with my friends, go ahead, send this video to them. If they can relate, y'all can do it together. It will make it easier. You don't have to do it alone. But you know, you might need to be alone for a while. That might be how you change, and you're going to discover yourself. You're going to discover a self-reliance you didn't know you had. So appreciate you and look forward to working with you. It's going to be good, I promise. It's going to be worth it, I promise you that. So let's get to it, fam, and I'll see you on the other side. Much love.